last time.
Nope, not doing that.
Oh, really?
I would rather get a strip of wax ripped off my chest.
Okay, all right, that's cool.
If that happens.
Okay.
And then I'll dab. So, here we go. Our final match, Kangorillaz up against Team Jokr. And Jokr did win earlier on in a 2-1 fashion in their initial match of the semifinals. And we'll see if that pace kind of continues here. But Kangorillaz have to be riding high. But I feel like both teams, as you're talking about before, that pressure has been relieved.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're already qualified through, so they're going to play a lot more relaxed.
Yeah, this is going to be, I imagine both teams are going to be playing quite a fun game now. Seeing a very early 3 points coming in. I wouldn't be surprised this is quite a high-scoring game. Yeah, both of these teams, I mean, as you say, when you get into this like last game, it's for seeding, which, as I kind of said, I don't think is, for North America to Europe, I don't think is a huge deal, but for Europe to North America will probably be a big deal. So I don't think either of these teams will be like, because they obviously don't know what the seeding is either. There's no way to know who those two teams will be either, so you can't really, I mean, you can say, yes, first seed should usually have a better time, but there's no way of guaranteeing that, right? It could just be how the brackets play out, so yeah, I think both teams now are just going to be like pretty happy with themselves and like basically, yeah, just having a good time because, I mean, both of them are through. They're both going to Leicester. Both, especially Kangorillaz, who have now opened their prize pool options up to quite a big sum, absolutely guaranteed, with a potential for even more as well. So
yeah, it's with $12.6 thousand.
Yeah, but what's the math of them if they were to win both? Like, let's put it out there. What happens if they won both? How much would that be?
$39,300.
That's a lot. That's a lot for first place.
Yep.
Yep.
I calculated it.
Cool.
Ryan, you're becoming one of my favorite players right now.
Yeah, so you can see, this is what I was saying, like they're just having a fun game now, they're just going to waste the time, they've got a 3-point lead, that they don't need to, they're just going to, yeah, keep playing it around.
It's a great sound.
Yeah,
I want to hear that again, actually.
Isn't it the thud?
No, it's not a thud, it's like
the bounce. Yeah, exactly. It's like the, I don't know, it's the thud when you hit it, but it's like the bounce like effect you get from it.
It's usually blood blue is the sound effects master.
Oh yeah.
If you ever watched our very first Onward cast, yeah, that's another goal coming through. Kangorillaz get 2 on the board, and it will be 3-2 in favor of Jokr. Blue wasn't listening, so
yeah. Yeah, so that's gonna be response from Kangorillaz. You can see, like, I mean, Jokr just, yeah, basically banging the disc on the floor. They're pretty happy with themselves.
Sounds like a squish.
Yeah, it does.
Like a squishy.
Like a cyber squish.
Yeah,
that's what I call it.
Cyber squish.
Yeah, cyber squish. It's a new term. Running that now.
I want to hear it again. If it happens, let's both.
Honestly, yeah.
Let's both not talk if it happens again.
Listen intently. Oh, nice shot. Yeah, that's good from Cone. A nice little...
You're going to do this to me every time! What? He just wants to scream goal!
I'm sorry!
He just wants his moment! And you keep stealing it away!
Next time it happens, kick me before the goal happens.
You don't even have to ask me to do that, I'll just...
Okay, alright, that's fine, cool.
Maybe a punch? It's really hard to get my legs under the desk.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Operation shoulders, fine.
So yeah, we're having fun with the cast because the players are obviously having fun as well. They've already gotten through to the event. They're relaxing. They're having a good time. Yeah, it's not gonna be a super serious cast. Like it's not gonna be a super serious match.
Yeah. So at the moment we've just got Kangorillaz basically taking their time. I mean, both teams are kind of playing a very standard like situation at the moment. We did see Kangorillaz kind of with a 2-man joust very early on, which they actually were able to score from quite quickly. But yeah, this is basically a bit of a back and forth now. Both teams taking their time. I mean, there's basically like, yeah, ooh, that was close. Oh, okay, and he's
purposely?
I'm not sure.
To be fair, Team Jokr did have one of the greatest goals we've ever seen in Echo Arena, at least on broadcast, of the slap down into the goal.
Yeah.
That backward slap down into the goal.
In a qualifier, nonetheless, especially against like Eclipse. I mean, you can't. almost. Oh no, good intercept by Kangorillaz, basically denying the cyber squish. Coming out from...
That should make a team name.
Coming out for teams.
CS, Cyber Squish.
Cyber Squish. And yeah, Kangorillaz basically clearing, boosting, collecting that. He didn't say it.
I know. Don't worry. I wasn't even ready to punch you. Don't worry.
Yeah. Fist clench on the other side.
I'm cold. It's really cold in the studio right now.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna.
I don't have my jumper.
Wheel this way.
Get to your launcher.
Kneel?
Wheel.
Oh.
15,
no, not kneel.
It says Richford Neal. I should be doing that. I'm the tall one. That's what I was saying before. Now Sleepy is actually here in the studio. I could tell I got Sleepy's chair because it's so boosted up since he's such a short man. I can't hear. He's talking to me. Luckily, I can't hear his headphones on. I'm assuming he says I love you.
Okay, so we're actually interesting. We're seeing a two-man stack here with the disc. Basically a clear and chase and boost, and
goal.
Yeah, they're just going to get another goal. We didn't even see that out of them in their games against the Clips. This just continues to go down the path. I mean, obviously they're way more comfortable now, so they're just trying stuff, but...
I'm going to issue a challenge.
Okay.
Okay, to all the players who watch back this cast, who are playing in Leicester, in Echo Arena, I will give $100.
Oh.
Or 100 euros, depends if they're EU or NA, to the player who has the best victory dance after scoring a goal. Because I see an extreme lack of celebration.
True. Okay, cool. This is a challenge. Issued.
Whoever does the best victory dance.
Well, obviously half of the teams for Echo Arena won't be able to hear that right now, but I'm sure
hopefully
we'll give them the
Boop is
message.
watching and Boop will tell them.
Yeah, yeah. So, and another goal coming out for Kangorillaz. So basically back and forthing on this goal now. I mean, yeah. Honestly, the more I see of Jokr, even though they're now relaxed, is like even scarier because they're just doing some jousts that are just working. To be fair, Kangorillaz are sending their keeper out every time, which does mean that they're just open to that attack. But at the same time, yeah, it's good to see some variation, and obviously they're much more comfortable with themselves in this game, so they can have that flexibility to try some new and interesting stuff. Both teams, I think, going for a PE. We can't see the map at the moment, but it looks like okay, yeah. So yeah, both teams are going for a PE. So. That will be, well, I think it'll be PE, it looks like it'll back down the tube, but not really doing much from Team Jokr's side. They're just taking their time.
Also, Jokr,
every time they get it.
Jokr, oh my gosh. Yeah, Jokr has had like the best passing we've seen. Not in terms of like necessarily accuracy, oh my gosh. But in terms of like the leading the passes.
Yeah, I think from all the teams I've seen today, their passing has been the cleanest. Like, most consistent, most on point, best positioned as well. And
that's same with like teams like Eclipse here.
Yeah. Yeah, Eclipse was quite messy today. I mean, we saw that in a lot of those games. There was a very large, I mean, yeah, they weren't all like difficult passes either. So I think it's just the Jokr being consistent. Even on the hard passes, they've been nailing those. I mean, you saw that, just that 3-pointer coming in from the tube earlier, just nailing that as well on the initial joust. But Kangorillaz keeping up with it though, and a bit of a short pass up at an angle there. Oh, this is going to be a free shot on goal, though, for Kangorillaz, and that will be bringing it back to 12-11.
Just focus on that shot.
He didn't say it, did he?
No.
Okay. You made a face.
I'm just hoping that the teams aren't playing so relaxed that they're just leaving the goal open every time, because it just makes the broadcast last like way longer. That's the funny thing about Echo Arena compared to any other esports game. When there's stomps in this game, they're actually longer than normal games, because you're scoring the entire time, and like the whole reset is like 20-25 seconds.
I imagine what we're going to see with this is as these games progress, they're going to get gradually more and more serious as they go on, because they'll be like, okay, cool, yeah, we had a bit of fun in the first game because we just qualified, but actually might like that seeding spot. So I imagine we might see some more, but oh wow, okay, that was just great from Jokr's there. 15-11 and 1 minute 20 on the clock. This is one of the highest scoring games today. Both teams basically back and forthing. It looks like this could be, we could be here for a little while if both teams are trying to keep their keepers out of the action. So
15-11. Team Jokr obviously do have the lead, but it's a best of 3, so we'll see if they're able to maintain that lead.
So coming out of the joust here,
I think we're going to see another 3-point.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, yeah. Jokr taking their time with the disc. Well, they've tried to take possession there, and unfortunately, Kangorillaz aren't going to be able to reclaim that back. Can we moving up with a 3-man squad? Jokr's, yeah, they've basically got. Okay, they've got someone in goal now. They are protecting it. They've got someone behind the goal looking for a stun. Going to be 2 people in front of the goal that is going to protect that though. Going for a clear. I imagine this is now going to be a chase if he can get it out. It's not quite all the way into Kangorillaz' half, but another throw will get it there eventually. 2 members of Jokr here versus 1 keeper. 2 members of Kangorillaz coming back very quickly, but a very quick anchor shot there coming in from Jokr as well. So that's going to get another 2 points on the board.
So let me ask you a question.
Difference.
What's the max disc speed you can throw? Is there a max?
Well, that's a good one. I mean, technically the max, I believe, is 18 meters per second, but you can get it above that with like some tricks of basically like, based on how it's calculated, by rotating your wrist, it takes your wrist rotation into the consideration as well. So like if you rotate the disc while you're throwing, you can actually get it upwards of 19 meters per second. It's a bit like there's a bit of an issue at the moment where people it's kind of being used in a way that, because it's like such a very, really quick movement. We're talking fractions of a second, really quick rotations. It's like something that is almost impossible to read, and that the game itself struggles to read where your hand position is throughout the entire throw. So it kind of looks like a bit of a weird, that this teleports a little bit. So it's something that teams and players are trying to deal with. I think there is actually even, Rad themselves are looking into this in terms of trying to find a solution to it. But so you can technically get over 18 meters per second, but I believe that is supposed to be the upper limit.
I kind of wish there was, okay, how often do you see people throwing 18 meters per second?
I don't know.
Because what I'm getting at is...
The only time you see it is obviously in a goal, right?
Yeah, what I'm getting at is I would love to actually see like the limit be higher. Because I really want to see people almost be going for those risky shots. Like, because I want to see more athleticism in the game, right? You have Affenter, who's just like these big guys, got a massive wingspan, and it helps him play in the goal. I would love to see people who can throw really fast. Like, I used to be like a pitcher, and I could throw pretty quick. I would like to see those players like recruiting the team specifically because they can go for a 3-point shot, but throw it so fast it's hard for the goalie to react.
Yeah, I can imagine there would be a few players that would be like, great, but then there'll be other few that have like had various situations where they have maybe hit an object while they're trying to make those throws.
And a safer area would help.
Yeah, because I mean, as you say, come back to the athleticism bit, I mean, that's something that's come up before. As with real sports, you can injure yourself. Sometimes it's not actual...
Was it like, Niall, I think, broke his wrist twice?
Niles broke his wrist. Like, he was playing in Season 1. Yeah, he was playing in Season 1, and he broke his wrist, twice. So
I would love to see that, though. Like, for instance...
Like, breaking his wrist, or just...
Depends how nice he is to me that day. But no, Blue... Actually, the game is already live, so let's just hop straight into it. Blue and I were OC5 together, and we played with the Quest. The Oculus Quest coming out in, what, 2 days, you said it was?
Yeah.
And we actually played, like, I was Dead and Buried, a 3v3 arena shooter, in a replicated arena. So they had boxes and stuff that would represent it in game, and athleticism took into effect. Like, I could see over some boxes that other people couldn't because I'm a freaking giant. I would love to be able to see like that kind of thing transition into this a little bit more, because you have people, you know, who might not be great at traditional sports, but you give them a game and they're able to do things that people normally can't do. I'd love to see that more incorporation.
I like to think Echo Arena is like one of the titles that does that really well. Is like that kind of is the closest transition from the real sport to the virtual sport. Because I mean, if you can look, you look at how these games play out. You look at the team play, the strategy. Like, there are so many similarities you can draw, and especially, I mean, if you see any of these players at LAN, which we'll fortunately be able to see both of these teams at LAN now. Joker's for the first time, which I imagine would be a great experience for them. But I think that could even be a lot of their kind of, well, for some of them, their first LAN event, which would be fantastic. So, but yeah, you get to see that physicality, and I think Echo Arena does a great job of that, especially combat as well, with a lot of the juking that comes into it. But it's,
I mean, Onward as well, like that, I've heard of multiple people in that game who've lost like 20, 30 pounds.
Oh, absolutely.
Just from how exhausting and how like...
I think in Onward it's like the holds, isn't it? It's like the holding, like you've got to hold the stance and position.
You have to go for long. You're basically squatting, like you're prone to stand, prone to stand, drop, to crouch.
Yeah.
Like it's very difficult to do, and yeah, that's why I think like when Avatar is one of like the best goalies, not because of the physicality, but the ability to use that in game and block so much of the actual real estate that you need to score in.
Yeah, you would be surprised how important being like tall, large wingspan has on the game like this. But that said, we are going to be seeing basically 2-3 to start with, basically more or less a continuation of where we were last time. 1 minute on the clock though, which is a little bit faster. So we are seeing a little bit more defense coming out for both teams. Bit of a back and forth with, it looks to be like a clear and boost basically. Oh, that is an interesting shot. Oh, almost hits the triangle on the back, so it does bounce back down.
I mean, if people do like the softball throws, like the underhand throws, like for softball, like that we've seen actually out of Team Jokr more than any other team ever.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's, I mean, each player and team also has like their own style, and like a lot of people throw it differently. So some teams and players choose to throw the disc in a certain way because it's more consistent. It might not be the most consistent like speed-wise, but it's the most consistent accuracy-wise. And I mean, that's something that like you've got to bear in mind with that obviously as well, because yes, cool, we can throw it really, really fast by doing it like this, but is it going to be the most consistent, the most accurate? And for a lot of these teams, especially if you look at how like important the passing and passing conversion has been for teams like Jokr and for Kangorillaz to some extent as well, you can see why they've kind of got that emphasis on the quality of that pass.
Right. Well, now Kangorillaz is going to be able to score. Took about exactly a minute of time.
Get to your launch.
Going to be up 4-3 as it seems teams are trying to play a little bit
14, 13,
yeah, that's something they
less relaxed. However, I've seen some shots out of Jokr that's just kind of like throw it towards the goal and hope it goes in.
I mean, there was the one in the first round where he basically was like 1v1. He just threw it down. Wasn't sure that was intentional, but as I said, I think we're going to start to see these teams getting slightly more serious as these games go on.
I like that
they
little,
start. Yeah,
a little swipe right there, because then you can boost off each other still. Kind of get the disc really deep.
good prediction there from Jokr as well, reading that they was going to go for a slap out. Oh, and yeah, just I think it was an attempted bounce pass, but ends up going straight into a block, back into the hands of Kangorillaz, who are going to now clear it. Not efficiently though, so this is going to be Jokr again, just basically carrying it back and forth at the moment. Basically comes down to which team can either net the pass or go for a long-range shot. Oh, just dings it.
I did kind of wish the goal like lit up when it dinged. Besides the sound.
Oh,
Self-goal. It was going in anyways.
Yeah, that was just hit the head of Kung. So yeah, for anyone who's wondering why that comes up as Kung scored, because through, I think it was actually, was that Strambisky that had the disc at the very end there?
Did not notice.
Yeah, couldn't tell which one it was, but the player from...
there's no assist. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
Assisted by Strambisky. Wait, what?
Yeah. So it basically bounced off the head of the player in the goal, because your head has collision, so you can actually use it to block the goal in a lot of cases. So if you get stunned out, it's actually something keepers do. You'll see them jumping up and down trying to block the shot with their head, because it's the only thing that works at that point. So yeah, so we will see.
We've seen that pass before.
Yeah, clear.
Sent two players to the left, and then they
basically fake it, right?
To the right, yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I like to see new things. Like,
yeah,
even said you're like, wow, that's something really cool and you've not really seen before.
Yeah, honestly, I think like some of the stuff Jokr did was very interesting. I think, and this is something that happens with some teams, is that if you try a certain strategy and it doesn't work, you kind of, like some teams, I think, like to some extent, it's not any team specifically, but like there's a lot of cases where you just write that strategy off because it doesn't work in a certain situation. Oh God, you just, yeah.
No, it wasn't that.
Wasn't it? Okay.
No, I just because I thought I saw Kung half do something.
Oh, okay.
So bear with me. I'm gonna stand up. You can see me. They can't see me at home, okay?
Yep.
Get to your launcher.
So we've already seen like the crazy, like the backwards shot right earlier. What if you like? So the goal's this way, right? And you have the disc. I'm looking at the camera. So imagine me at home looking at the camera, and then you turn around as if you're gonna pass it, but you threw it behind your back in the goal.
Yeah.
Because then if you're the goal, you're not gonna expect it. When he turns around, you're not gonna expect the disc to come at you. And I thought like a half salt right there.
Yeah, unless you're like watching the like where the disc is going, which is usually really hard in that position if you've got two people coming at you. But yeah, no, definitely.
I feel like you can become consistent enough at that you can make it work.
Oh yeah.
And that goalies will never expect
The problem is it's also like a surprise thing, right? If the goalkeeper's expecting it, like is like almost invaluable. Oh, well, unfortunate pass they come across from Kangorillaz. They are ahead though, so they really just need to take their time with this possession, get some passes in, which is exactly what they're doing. Playing it safe, back across the goal, and that will be. Okay, that time that was.
No, wasn't it?
Wasn't it? Okay.
You can't hear it?
No, I can hear it, but again, coming back to your point. For me, it just blends in with everything else. I'm so used to that voice in the back of my head when we're playing.
So what you're saying is they need to put casters' voices in the game, in a voice pack.
Oh yeah, definitely. 100%.
10,
yeah.
9, 8.
Going from right here to
was it Blue? No, it was Jack, I think, suggesting that they have like the commentators in game. You can like see them off to the side.
That'd be cool. But
down by 3 here for Team Jokr. Yeah, so that little swift pass, and look at this. Wow, they have a 3-on-1.
Nice. Oof. Oh! I mean, that's a little bit of what they gave Eclipse at the very end there, wasn't it?
Yeah, underhand shot again, and the stun. I think it's. I've been talking about this for since last season, and every time I always got like shut down. Like, oh, it doesn't really work. Stunning the goalie when you go for it. I understand like the reasoning behind it, but like it's worked consistently for Jokr.
Oh yeah, it 100% has. They've done it pretty much all the time today, and it's just worked out well. I mean, I don't know. It's really hard because obviously, like, none of the teams I don't think that it's had happened to have really like either known what to do or had like a good response to it. But I mean, yeah, it's just worked out. I mean, again, coming back to my point before,
open goal.
Yeah, coming back to my point before, like if they're not responding to something, just keep doing it, keep abusing it, right? Yeah. Until they change.
So pass back out. Leverage gets a touche pointer. Touche pointer?
Touche pointer?
I don't know, it's a touche. Maybe it's a touche. That's a butt. Butt points. 2 points on the board here for Kangorillaz. 10-8 now, a minute left to go. Even though the score's kind of low, it feels like this has actually been like a really long round. I don't know, is that just me?
Yeah, I think they've just been...
I know we've been like off topic a little bit, talking about like, not off topic, but like talking about other things about the game. But.
Yeah, I think talking about like general strategies, but I mean, it's been pretty much a solid back and forth. There's been nothing really like shining through. Apart, I mean, there was that one play we just saw from Jokr, which actually like brought them back into it a little bit. But aside from that, it's been quite kind of the usual... I'd say, slow play up the pitch for some extent.
Okay, just to go back to like American football terms, not how familiar you are with it you are, but he's doing like a cross, like a slant pattern, like a cross pattern. So he goes out to the left and then crosses to the right, like for a quarterback to throw to him, like in American football. It's actually really cool to see they're like really adapting like their early strategies.
Yeah, something that actually I think Jokr has done today that I don't really think I've seen any other team do is actually like actually, sorry, I lie. Kangorillaz did it. No, Kangorillaz did it at the very end, but I think that they have been baiting, like basically baiting, right? It's doing that whole thing of you're faking, like, and Jokr have done this quite a lot in a various number of jousts where they fake one way and then they double back and quickly switch. And what that does is when Kangorillaz or the opposing team go to set up, their goalkeeper or defender goes in the wrong direction and doesn't readjust immediately because they're not looking for it. But also it's because when the defender's coming out of the tube, once they've gone past a certain point, for example the shield, there's nothing for them to grab onto. It's very hard to stop yourself and reposition correctly if you've got nothing in that time. So if you can abuse that as an attacker by switching up at the last second, then you can get yourself a huge amount of space, which is exactly what they've been doing.
Oh, it looks like Kangorillaz is going to close this out. 18 seconds left. I mean, Jokr had like 30 seconds left and we're down by 5, so okay, there's a chance, but not with that final goal going in. It looks like we'll be seeing a third and final match here in the finals.
Yeah, so this will be an extra one. Kangorillaz obviously coming back in this. I feel like, again, yeah, as we said, like they started off the first round very relaxed. You can see both teams having a bit of fun. This round, a little bit more serious, and Kangorillaz seem to kind of be stepping up a little bit. I feel like Jokrs have done some more interesting stuff, but it hasn't really kind of gone hand in hand with the standard play.
I still feel like Jokrs aren't really trying that hard.
No,
I feel like Kangorillaz are trying harder.
Yeah.
Because, like, again, they're just doing, like, odd stuff. Like, thinking back towards the other parts of this round where they just, like, 1v1 threw it down instead of actually going for the shot.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, this round, like, that's because they're obviously 8-15, so there's no way they're going to be able to recover that. So, but I do agree. I think that, yeah, Jokrs, based on how we've seen them play today, I wouldn't say that's comparable to how their performance against Eclipse, for example.
So can you show people at home the move I was talking about?
I could try to, but I think it would only be half as good as the
well,
real
you
thing, right?
actually were a professional player, so you would be able to do it better than I would.
I don't know. I haven't played in a while, so I feel like, I don't know. I feel like you might be actually that much better than me at this
Sleepy,
point.
can we get you in here to show to show everyone?
So yeah,
I think if I stand in front of the camera though, like my entire body comes off the shot.
That's true.
So tall.
Yeah, about the same height.
No.
No.
That's like saying me and Blue are almost the same height.
Okay. All right. Anyway, looking at some of these goals back and forths from Kangorillaz, yeah, some pretty good stuff coming through here. I mean, obviously, yeah, you saw the back and forth with the goals, lots of 2-pointers, a couple of threes, one nice joust setup from Jokrs. So we did see quite a mixed bag coming out from them, obviously, yeah, but as we said about the...
I'm trying to scoot your chair back so you can
okay.
show everyone at home.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm okay.
Okay. Well, you're not going to see
You're more welcome, though.
I told you if I stand up, it's just going to be completely off camera. People are going to notice that I'm not wearing pants.
Someone needs to let the teams know that you've also put... Well, no, it was the waxing your leg, wasn't it? If they do the repeat of what happened to Eclipse Jokr?
Yeah, it's not happening.
Okay, all right. Someone let the teams know.
It's not happening. There's no way. There's no possibility. There's no world. And if they intentionally let them come back and win, then that doesn't count.
I don't think that was in the clause. I don't think that was part of the agreement. I don't remember that coming up until now.
Were you supposed to be here next week? Because I think I don't think you're going anymore.
Anyway, we're going to
bring in Sleepy. Sleepy, you go to Echo Arena? He said yes.
he's going like this.
That's the American way of saying yes.
Okay. All
right, so we'll head into the third and final match. Just waiting for Kangorillaz to ready up, and we should be kicking off the last match before we get into some onward action with Blue and Sleepy, who might be joining us next week for Echo Combat and Arena. Unless you want to show everyone at home the...
No, I'm right.
There's a behind the back, so you turn around. Right, you turn around, and then you throw it behind your
halfway
back.
there. You've already rotated.
I'm not going to stand up and do it.
So we're going back into game now.
I don't need people looking at my butt.
Saved by the game. So we'll be into the final round. I believe this is. Is this the best of 3? Isn't it? This is the final game in the series.
Entering the arena.
I believe it is. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is the best of 3. Not exactly sure.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
It is
best
of 5.
Best of 5.
3. That's a 3.
Okay. 3. Cool. So this is the decider. This will decide who comes out of North America with the first and second seed. So I imagine, although we have seen Jokrs plays a little bit lax to start with. We might be seeing them playing this a little bit more seriously. Kangorillaz kind of continuing where they left off last round, however, getting their first 2 points on the board 25 seconds in, so pretty quickly as well off that initial joust.
Thing is, it doesn't matter who wins this to me, because it's not going to really count in my mind, if that makes sense. As in, like, the victor of this match, I don't think necessarily means they're better than the other team.
No, well, yeah, exactly.
Like, obviously, the first game, it was, like, super relaxed. Game 2, Jokr was being even more relaxed.
Yeah, honestly, I think this is less about which team here is better and more about which team really wants the potential advantage going to the World Finals.
Right.
Because it's not, like, the thing is, it's not even a guaranteed advantage. It's a possible advantage because you don't know which the team is. So, and you might want a different team. Yeah, so, and I mean, coming back to the point I've been saying for 2 weeks, you might instead actually want the low seed, even if you think you're better. You might want the low seed just because you think you have the better chance against the bigger team early on in the series.
When you say low seed, you mean second seed?
I mean, bottom seed.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like low. It always gets confusing when people talk about that, because it's like, well, a lower number is 1.
Yeah.
And that's first seed, but that means you're finishing.
I would just mean lower down.
Yeah. No, I got you. I got you. All right, so 2 apiece. Team Jokr able to get some points back on the board. Again, I like their like little slaps into the goal.
Yeah.
Not necessarily picking up the disc to throw it in. They're just like, all right, a little tap-a-roo.
I think what was scary about it is they've been showing a lot of flexibility today, being able to do different things, different strategies, different shots as well. Just and their jousts as well. I think generally been a really good team to watch, and we're just seeing that now actually. Oh, really fast shot coming out as well. Didn't take his time at all with that. Kangorillaz is going to try and slap that away. Doesn't actually get it past the midfield, so that's going to be another collection. Oh! I think an attempted nail slot there actually coming out of Jokr as well. So still feeling good about themselves, clearly going for these quite risky shots, but let's see if it pays off. They're now going to clear it back into the midfield, and this is going to be recovered. Looks like it could be recovered by Kangorillaz.
He holds the shot. Oh. Interesting little bounce. I wonder how I really want to hear the communication. I hope when we get to I told you!
He did it!
I told you! I thought I saw that shot earlier.
That is, yeah. Wow. That was on target as well. That's impressive.
I didn't know they make robots. Never mind.
I also had no idea where you were going with that one.
Good. Let's think that way.
Okay, so this is going to be Kangorillaz now pushing up. Unfortunately, it was saved, although it was a great shot tempo goal. That's going to be another 2 points scored in from Kangorillaz, but...
I told you they did like a little behind-the-back thing.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, you're right. He did. Shame we didn't show it from beforehand. They would have known that you called it completely.
I did call it completely.
Should have shown it.
No, because you believe me. Because you were watching.
15,
well, I don't know.
Okay, well, now you're definitely not coming back.
11,
Blue, I hope you're ready for some Echo Arena in combat.
7,
So, going on the joust coming out here. Jokr's, I mean, I said they were getting both teams are going to get more serious, but I think Jokr's are still playing pretty relaxed. I mean, like, going for those kind of shots when there's a keeper in the goal is pretty risky. I mean, they're passing back and forth around, like, through another player as well. So, yeah, this is going to be recovered now by Kangorillaz. A slap. Ooh, sends it almost into the goal, but not quite.
Yes, again,
he got possession of that. He just slapped that again back.
Yes, yeah, this is why I don't think Jokr's trying super hard, and that's why I'm not going to say whoever wins this is definitely the better team.
But passing it back off of a... I think that was an intentional pass. Like, off of...
They have been doing some of those. Like, they've been hitting off some of the walls you wouldn't expect them to throw, and it actually would bounce right directly to a person, so... I think they're definitely, like, intentionally going for some awkward passes. And I mean, it's catching us off guard. It's catching the defense off guard, too. 2 minutes and 19 seconds left, and Jokr's still going to be down by 2, but have been able to maintain possession for a long time here. I think they're going for the stun shot. It actually baits the goalie back out. I don't even know. How is that even a self-goal? Did it hit his head and bounce in from that range?
I think it must have gone off his head, like, at the very end, but... Jokr looks scary. Honestly, like, they've just... Even now, they're going toe to toe. Yeah, toe to toe.
Have toes?
Yeah, I think so.
14,
Robot toes.
13, 12,
Robo toe. But they're going toe to toe with Kangorillaz and seemingly not playing to their maximum potential. So I don't know. Kangorillaz seem to be actually trying for this. They might not be. I might be completely misreading this, and it could.
I think both teams are trying super hard. I feel like Kangorillaz are maybe trying a little bit harder.
Exactly. That's kind of where I feel it is at the moment. But yeah, unfortunately, that's going to get back to Jokr's hands.
I mean, we've definitely seen some slaps out of them too.
Yeah, I mean, it's been the same. I think we saw less in the second round. Oh, nice 3 points coming out from Kang again. taking his time on that one as well.
You know, I brought it up again, and I feel like we're never going to hear the goal another time.
Probably. It's just how it works.
I'm sad.
Next week, I'll make a note of it.
I don't know if you heard Jackie's goal.
14,
He did.
I did. I think everyone did.
Voice crack at the end was great.
9, 8, 7.
I think everyone within a 3-mile radius did.
Well, definitely on mine. I know that. 100%. I think I saw a Twitch clip of it, and people were like mad.
So, okay, so yeah, again, just back and forth in possession. I mean, a good read from Jokr's here. Ooh, I think, was that an attempted boop shot? I think there was an attempted boop shot. But from an awkward position, so it didn't quite pan out in the way I think they were hoping. So, ooh, good recovery. So they're going to prevent that from going in as well. I mean, Kangorillaz good with, I think that is Loveridge sitting really far back in defense, not really wanting to come up too far. He's now pushed up a little bit to try and get some man marking in. Ooh, that's a good shot. That might go in. Yes, it will. Beautiful from Kang.
It's still not the farthest shot I've ever seen. There was like a 63 meter from Affenterre in your guys' match versus Eclipse in Leicester.
I think a couple weeks back, Boops did a bounce shot across the entire arena. Which
really?
Was like, yeah, no. And that was, I think, that was from, like, if you see where the Pac-Man is there, from there across the arena, from the other side, and then into the goal. And that was actually a winning shot as well.
No.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely was. I think we got it in one of the community matches, but yeah.
Well, a minute 15 left to go here. Kangorillaz with possession. Down by 6, though, so you're going to need to see 2 3-pointers. I would assume maybe Jokr's going to play a little bit more serious now as they realize they have such a massive lead and so little time to defend to close this out and maintain that first place.
Yeah.
Nice little steal comes in from Ryan, and
nice,
good clear as well.
Really nice line marking for them as well. I think that's actually something I noticed. Ooh, almost.
They have an open shot. Oh, they had an open shot. They still have an open shot.
One player left. Just needs to get it in. Oh, yeah, just whiffs it.
Butterfingers.
Yeah.
And, oh, I was going to pick it back up again. I think it was Ryan.
Oh, no. Yeah, Jokr's recover. Oh, no. Unfortunately, an accidental team steal will potentially get the disc over to Kang. No, it will not.
Slaps it back into Jaywalker's hands.
Their control has just been, just generally speaking, their control of the disc, both passing and when they have possession of it, has just been fantastic in these games.
Well, that's going to be Ryan by himself. Looks like he's going to get there a little bit too late, though. Didn't have anyone to jump off. But 20 seconds left, and Kangorillaz' chance to come back, and the chance to keep my chest hair attached to my body is going to be coming to a close here.
Oh, damn it.
And Team Jokr will take that first seed out of Nene.
Yeah, that will be, yes, that will be indeed Team Jokr now, taking that #1 spot, which is interesting because, yeah, as you said, I think that they were pretty relaxed for that first game and throughout all of this, but they're still able to take 2 matches. So, yeah, honestly, Jokr,
I wish.
Yeah.
You know, you ever play Rocket League?
Yeah.
I almost wish that time does not end, like the round does not close until the disc hits something. Because I almost want to see them have a chance to go for such a long-range shot right now.
Yeah.
And make it, because you know in Rocket League, as long as it doesn't touch the ground, the game doesn't end.
Oh, yeah, no, I get you.
I almost want to see that here, where if you throw this perfectly, you can technically make it.
As long as it doesn't bounce off of anything, so
exactly.
you make passes as well. Actually, that's cool. I like
That'd be
that.
interesting.
Yeah.
That would give like a chance, a comeback chance for some of these games.
that'd be really
otherwise, like you saw there, it's like, all right, it's over.